Welcome everyone. My name is Zoe and I'm going to give you an overview of the Esri platform and what it has to offer you in local government. I have a demo which shows a number of elements of the platform and how these work together to help make your workflows more efficient. You can create maps using data from numerous sources, including maps and imagery from Esri or other data providers, or using your own internal data and bringing all this information together on one map. From here, you can perform analysis of your data to gain more insight and understanding of what's going on in your area. Therefore, you can create one map for your users, and this can be shared through many channels, through desktop, through browsers, and through smartphones. But why do we need different interfaces? It's because it allows you to create focused applications for specific end user groups. Using WebGIS at the centre means you can make maps available to everyone in your organisation who needs them. It allows you to have a single version of the truth shared throughout the organisation in formats tailored depending on the user type. Professional GIS users can create content which is then accessible to a wide range of audiences like mobile staff or the public. In recent years, there's been a big push to create more and more out-of-the-box applications to meet a variety of requirements. There are a wide range of apps available which allow things like mobile working, reporting, public engagement. ArcMap and ArcGIS Pro play a vital role in authoring and publishing content for the web maps, and in turn, this content can be used in the mobile solutions. The demo that I'm going to show you will cover some of these, which I think might be useful for you in local government. So the scenario I'm going to run through is based around developing a local plan for our fictitious Council of Sunnyshyre. It's going to start with a member of the public submitting a site for consideration. In turn, a member of the staff in the office will see this site and assign a task to a planner to go and visit it. Once out in the field, the planner will be able to collect some additional information about the site. Back in the office, the management team can see an overview of the work being done. Once all the sites have been visited, some further analysis will be completed in order to decide which sites will be accepted and which will be rejected. From here, we then need to make the public aware of our decisions and give them the opportunity to comment. So the first application I'm going to show you is Question Where. This is available from Esri UK on the Marketplace. It's a simple application that allows you to create a questionnaire that includes a map and an address search. You can add text, list, and choice questions, and it's easy and quick to configure and deploy. It gives you an excellent opportunity to engage with your target users. In this example, a member of the public can come to my site to submit. So Sarah has a site which she would like to be considered for employment use. You can see I've got required fields for the information planners definitely need. But I've also given members of the public the opportunity to add additional notes as well as files like site maps. Once they filled in all the information, they can then put a point on the map. for the site that they would like considered. Once this is submitted, our members of staff in the office want to be able to see this come in. For this, I'm going to use Workforce. So Workforce is used for fieldwork optimization. It allows you to efficiently create and assign work in the office and receive assignments and report your status whilst out in the field. It's included as part of your ArcGIS Online subscription, and it is configured using a wizard which creates two maps. One for your staff in the office, the dispatcher view, and one by the staff on their mobile devices. You can configure how often these update, and the default is 30 seconds. The idea behind this application is that it replaces paper-based workflows. It allows you to say what needs doing, where, and by who. So in this example, I can see the new site for consideration has appeared at the south of the city. So I want to create a new assignment. I need someone to do a site visit at that location, and I'm going to assign it to myself. I want it done by next week, so I'm going to give it a medium priority and say that it's due in the morning. At this point, I could also give the site a reference, so I'm going to call it E12 for Employment Site 12. If I had additional information about the site, I could add a description, or if a member of the public had added their site map, I could add this as an attachment. And then I can create the assignment. From here, I can go out in the field, and on my mobile device, I can open Workforce. I can now see my new task of a site visit. I can see the information added, so the site reference. And if any notes have been attached, I'd be able to see them here. I want to update the members of staff in the office and tell them that I've started my task. And you can see the icon has changed. From here, I'm going to use Collector to collect the additional information about the site. Collector is based on map-centric field data collection using data-driven forms. It enables me to create new features and update existing ones. It can be used with or without the internet, as you can download the map package if you need to work offline. For example, if you're not in an area where you can get 3 or 4G. This application again is included in your ArcGIS Online subscription. So now I'm at the site, I want to create a new feature for my site visit. I can add my site reference, which we know is E12. And the land use will be employment. You can see I've pre-configured these fields to make it nice and quick and easy. I can answer some questions about the site. Does it obstruct views? No, not really. There's not many houses nearby. Is there a steep slope? Yes, it's very, very steep. And is it accessible? Yes, it's got the main road running across the northern edge. So I can add a comment about the site. I'm sure your planners will have lots and lots of things to put in this box. At this point, I can also capture the site boundary. I can even take a photo. And then I can submit the site once I've finished. At this point, I also want to tell the members of the staff back in the office that I've completed my task. So I can go back into Workforce and say that I've finished. Again, the symbol will change. And now you can see that I have no assignments left to do today. Back in the office, I can now see that that task is complete. Managers might also want to know what's going on and have an update on how everything is going. So for this, I've used Operations Dashboard. Operations Dashboard allows you to monitor and respond to events in real time. It uses responsive maps, and you can include dynamic and static data sources. In this case, all of my layers are dynamic data sources as they update in real time. Again, this is included in the ArcGIS subscription, and it gives you the opportunity to include performance indicators like charts, lists, and gauges. You can see down the right hand side of the screen that I've added widgets to make it easy and quick to view what's going on. You can see that my new site that I've just surveyed has been added at the top of the list. I can also see which planners I have and where they are. I've also added a simple bar chart so that I can see how many tasks have been assigned, paused, and completed. Once all the sites have been done, some further analysis needs to be completed. This could be done using ArcMap, but I'm going to use ArcGIS Pro. ArcGIS Pro is a new element of the desktop suite. It runs at 64-bit compared to ArcMap, which is 32-bit. There are a number of benefits of using ArcGIS Pro. For example, it handles large datasets well and allows you to view the data in 3D. It also has a ribbon interface, which makes it much more user-friendly, and more tools are being made available in it. In this example, I've added the sites that were captured by the planners, as well as some constraints information, like flooding, the greenbelt, conservation areas. I've then used Model Builder. I've created a model which takes the constraints and uses the Summarize Within tool to create an area of overlap between the sites and the constraints. It looks really horrible, but it's actually quite simple. You can see that the Summarize Within tool is used on each of the constraints layers. And then I've joined these all together into one table. If we open the table, you can see that I've got my site reference, the land use, and the information that we collected using Collector earlier. I've then got columns for each of the overlaps, which shows the area in square meters that it overlaps that constraint. In turn, I've added a column. Here, after my planners have assessed the sites and decided whether to accept or reject them, I've added in this information. So now we've made a decision about which sites to accept and which sites to reject. We need to tell the members of the public what's been decided. So for this, I've used crowdsourced polling. Crowdsourced polling is a configurable web application template. It allows users to submit comments or feedback on any plans and proposals. It's responsibly designed, and therefore You can use it on desktops or on tablets. You can also authenticate people using things like their Facebook logins or Twitter. So here, I have accepted sites in a solid fill and rejected sites with just an outline. So if we look at our accepted urban green space site, you can see the information at the top is the information I wanted the public to see. I've given them the site reference, the land use, and whether it's been accepted or rejected. They can also see the attachment that was added by the planner using the collector. As well as any comments made before. They can say whether they want to support or object the site. So in this case, Sarah is going to support the site because it's a lovely open area, which is great for her kids. She can submit the site, and her comment is added on to the ones already made. Therefore, I hope this demo has given you an idea of the extent of the platform. It by no means covers everything that's available, but it can give you a feel for the kind of technologies that you can use in a wide variety of situations. We've seen the same information pushed out in a number of different ways, tailored specifically to the user group it was aimed for. Questionware at the beginning gave members of the public a simple way to submit a site for consideration. The pre-configured fields meant that all of the information a planner required was collected at the initial stage. Using Workforce allowed dispatchers in the office to assign tasks in real time to the planners who were out in the field. And in turn, those planners had instantaneous access to the task through their mobile device. Also on their mobile device, they could use Collector, which gave them the opportunity to capture accurate information whilst out in the field. They could add in the site boundaries and take photographs. In turn, the managers could also see all this information being updated in real time using Operations Dashboard. They could see the sites that had been submitted, the sites that had been visited, and the extra widgets allowed them all to see this quickly and easily. All of this information could then be collated by the GIS professional to be analysed further in ArcGIS Pro. The analysis done that could then aid the decision making that needed to be done by the planners. Once all the decisions were made, web apps were an excellent way of sharing this information with the public. The crowdsourced polling template also gave members of the public the opportunity to make comments on the application. I hope this has been useful for you. Thank you for listening.